we've got smoked chicken, collard greens, baked mac and cheese, and let me tell you, everybody, that's just the start. If that doesn't sound like food for the soul, then I don't know what does. We are feasting, but we're also celebrating National Soul Food Month with Poppa's Cookbook LLC. So joining us today, we've got Eric, we've got Wendy, we've got Jason. Everybody, thank you for bringing the soul into Studio 10. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Pretty
Thanks
good.
for having us.
All right, well, let me tell you, I am doing pretty hungry now, but luckily you brought the solution. But before we get into the soul food, I want to get to the soul of the story. Tell us, where exactly did your love for cooking stem from?
Well, growing up, watching my mother and grandmother in the kitchen, and also as I got older, I had a friend of mine who was a local chef. He and I got into some cooking competitions a couple years back. He passed from COVID, so prior to that, we had a few cooking competitions, and I never won, but they kind of just fueled my passion for cooking, and I stuck with it, and here we are now. And we've actually created a nonprofit called Win Big Foundation in his honor. His name's Gregory Winfrey, and we call him Big Win affectionately, known
Big
to everybody.
Win.
Yeah, Big Win. So
that is wonderful, and clearly his soul, his love still lives on in the food. That's one thing I always say about cooking. Sometimes it's not about being hungry, but it's the memories that you create.
Absolutely.
It's that love in the kitchen that everybody can get around and be around there. So that is so wonderful that you honor your friend. Now you also say that Poppa's Cookbook is where tradition meets unique spices and quality for all. So tell us, both of you, some of the traditions that you created growing up, and what are some of those spices that we are smelling right now?
Well, I personally create all my own spice blends, and so I've got about 20 that I make. I buy bulk spices and then I create my own blend, so that's the unique spices, and then everything is scratch made. So I do everything from scratch, from barbecue sauces to the mac and cheese to the greens and all that stuff is made from scratch. But
okay, and what are some of those traditions that you both grew up with that now you're making sure you incorporate?
I think the biggest thing for us now we're starting to see, because we got married late in life, a lot of our traditions stem from times with our grandchildren. And so that is the stemming of Poppa's Cookbook. They all call him Poppa. And so them watching him in the kitchen cooking and learning that this is kind of what brings the family together. So we've got a lot of little ones that run around, and I think for us the biggest tradition is it's when we bring our family together to celebrate.
I love that, bringing the family together. Now I know every chef doesn't like to give away their secret ingredients, but you got to tell me just a little bit. What's in that spice blend?
oh, there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. But like you just mentioned, it's all about the family that you bring together. Now, Jason, I know you are a big part of that family too.
Yes, I am.
But tell us about the nonprofit Able Allies.
So stemming from our Win Big Foundation, Eric used to be, he didn't mention this, but he used to be a teacher. So he was a general ed teacher for many years. I retired as a special ed teacher. And one of the things that I wanted to do was help my students continue to work in the community. So Able Allies is Achieving Beyond Life's Expectations. And so what we did was kind of merged our cooking with the students, and once they graduate, give them an opportunity to really work in the real world. And so our ultimate dream is that one day we'll have a full restaurant, and they will be the front of the house and he will be the back of the house, and we'll just bring it all together.
I love that.
And so Jason, I taught when he was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and we have now reconnected. He's older than that. I aged, but he's older than that now.
I am.
Yeah, you are, Jason. And look at that. It's those memories that you create, of course. Now, Jason, you got to tell me, what's your favorite part about being a part of the Poppa's Cookbook family?
I like their food. I like helping out.
Yeah? Okay, which one of the food is your favorite?
I like the smoked chicken.
The smoked chicken, I was going to say, because that's the one I want to try first. Now, tell me, what are some skills that you've kind of picked up as well while working with them?
I was learning about helping out prepping.
Yeah, that preparation that works, that preparation that makes perfection. And of course, we're just getting started. I told you all that we're going to be feasting, so stick around after the break. We're going to do just that with the family here at Poppa's Cookbook.